JRE and Co.
So I get picked up in Atlanta, take me to Atlanta jail. I go and put me in this modular, and I go in this modular, and there's black people, all the different races, right? Well, over there, they don't politic like we do in California, right? So this is my first understanding of how this system works, right? So I go in there, and the only thing that you can't do in that system is you can't eat at the same table with a different race. Besides that, once you're up from the dinner table, I can trade with any race. I could do whatever, talk to them, chop it up, like
But
whatever.
you have to eat with people of your own race
Only? Yeah,
Wow.
only. So then...
and they tell you this? So somebody informs you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got informed when I went in.
So when I moved from Atlanta to California politics much different. You can't trade with blacks. You can't trade with others. You can't trade with... So you can only do trade with your race, and then the whites get along with the essays. So what ended up happening is like, so you have others, which are any other race besides Mexican, white, or black. And this is a car. It's called a car, right? So everybody has a car, their own race. So you have Woods, you have Skinheads, you got Paisas, you got Mexicans, you got Crips, Bloods, and others.
And the Paisas roll with the Mexicans, the Skinheads roll with the Woods.
Yeah. And if something really pops off, some race
click
shit,
up.
then Mexicans and the whites will click up against the blacks, or the blacks.
It's
and the others
always all
click
them
up.
against us. It always sucked to be. It sucked to be black in them times. I'm telling you, real shit. But we thump though. We thump. So we always knock them out
so
anyway.
you start trying to figure out this shit, you know, like you get thrown into that fire and you're trying to figure out all these unwritten rules. You know, there's no rule book, a law book come in and say, hey, do this.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so a guy could really direct you in the wrong way if he wants to. You know what I mean? Like tell you some sideways shit, and next thing you know, you're in a wreck. You know?
Ooh.
So I go in.
Set you up.
So I go in. This was actually my second experience, not my first experience in there, but my second experience, I go in, they put me into a psych ward, a psych watch, getting extradited from Atlanta to here. And so I go into this area, and I don't know anything, you know, and this black guy in the psych ward is like yelling in this module, you know, like, anybody want to learn how to play chess? Anybody want to learn how to play chess, you know? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to learn how to play chess, right? So I walk over, I sit down with this fool, and he starts showing me how to play chess. But it's a black guy at a black guy table, and I'm a white guy. So now I just sat down at this black guy table, and all the Woods and all the Skinheads in there are like now against me. You know?
Oh, no.
But I didn't know. Like,
Oh, no. You had no idea.
I had no idea.
Oh, no.
Right? So now.
No.
Yeah, so now my cell pops, and I go to walk to the shower, and I walk past the other cell that pops, which is another skinhead in that room, and I go walk past his cell, and it's smack, right? So now we're fighting,
Wow.
you know? So clean this kid up. Now they move me to another module. So now this kid put a kite out, like, oh, we got to get this guy, because da-da-da-da-da. So,
Oh, fun.
yeah. So I'm moving this other module. At the time, the institution had a lot of skinheads in there, and the skinheads will politic hard. Like, if they have numbers, then they'll push the politics, you know? And I looked like a skinhead when I went in. I had no hair, you know, like a just bald guy going in there, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they all start treating me like I'm one of them, but I'm not a fucking skinhead. So this guy come over, and he's trying to get me to hide this little shank in my cell. Well, that's weapons manufacturing, carries 2 more years.
Oh, my God.
That's how people start getting hit. You
So-
start catching cases, more cases. When you're only supposed to do 2, now you're doing 10. It just stacks up, but go ahead.
And then there's intimidation factor, right? So this guy got a big-ass swastika tattooed on his face right here, teardrops,
Jesus.
lightning bolts everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, he's lifer, you know?
Right.
So big shit goes down. I end up choking this guy unconscious,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
drag him out of my cell, because he's trying to get me to hold this shank
Yeah.
in my cell. I can't, not doing this, bro. And you come in my cell, it's on.
Right?
So now we fighting, take this guy out, right? Just choke him out, beat him up, drag him out, hit him with some elbows. Now he's leaking. So drag his ass out into the little modular.
So do they know you can fight before you're in
They
here?
don't know.
No.
They have to
No.
How long before they figure it out?
Well, it took
word
a
start
minute.
traveling.
It took
Word
a minute
travel.
because most of the fighting goes on in the cell or in a shower. You know what I mean? So when the fight actually broke out in the open, when I was fighting multiple people, is what happened. And then all the fucking guards watched. Everybody's watching from their cells. You know, like this is a different time. So this whole incident takes place. I beat this guy up, take him out of my cell. Right now, They take him away. They move this guy out of the modular.
Did they get mad at you?
No, they just come in. You know, they don't really care. The guards don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
So you fucked that dude up. Is he out cold? So does he have a? Do
I
they have
choked
to
him
ask him?
unconscious.
Do they have to ask him what his story is?
I don't give a fuck.
But they don't ask you. They just let you go. It's okay.
No,
Like is there a punishment? That's what I'm getting at.
They locked me in my cell. I couldn't get out of my cell for like 2 weeks.
Oh, for 2 weeks.
Yeah.